Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can. Just bring it out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. The Philadelphia 76ers squeaked past the Miami Heat by 1 point to become the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. They trailed by double digits a lot of this game due to the Heat's zone defense. In the second half, the 76ers did this one really simple thing and it turned the game around for them, and I wanted to show it in detail, so let's get into the film. Alright, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, make sure you take your shoes off before you come to the house. And at this point, you can see the score is 16-10 with 4:11 left. This is the first possession that the Miami Heat went zone. From this point on until halftime, the 76ers only scored 23 points, shot 9 for 29, was 1 from 12 from 3, and 9 turnovers. They only had 17 points in the second quarter, and these were not just regular turnovers. The Heat had 8 steals. So what they did here, right? And JJ Redick said this best, as I was trying to decipher what to call the zone, and on all these plays, it's a shape-shifting zone. So they give you a lot of different looks and they pressure the ball in their zone. Usually when a lot of teams run zone, they are right here, they're right here, and they allow you to dribble in this area and just pass around. The Heat will full court press you, then zone you up, and in the half court, a lot of these clips in the first half, there are pressuring the handlers with Haywood Highsmith and Delon Wright. It was too much for the 76 to handle in this first half. So here they just passed it around. Nobody's really moving. Tobias cussed and Lowry cussed, but other than that, there's no real movement in this offense. Then Caleb stunts at Joel Embiid, which takes his attention all the way off Jimmy. Jimmy comes in and he steals the ball and he gets a breakaway dunk. And here's that press I was talking about. They have 2 goals in this press. Is to have the point guard not be the first person to touch the ball. 2, have the opposing team start their offense later than they want to. So here, again, Tyrese is the point guard, right? Delon Wright and Highsmith are on him. They force it to go to Hill, right? Tyrese Maxey touches this ball with 20 seconds left, and they're not even past half court yet. So, and then Delon Wright, perfect addition for the Heat to run zone. A guy that gets deflection, steals. He's a thief on the defensive side of the ball, and he's a menace, right? So here, a lot of teams, again, they play their zone and they lay back and they just don't want you to get in the paint, but they don't actually pressure the handler, right? So here, Paul Reed's gonna try to set this screen on Highsmith for Tyrese to come off. No, he goes over it now. Tyrese is standing at half court with 11 seconds left on the shot clock, right? So then the pass to Oubre, try to pass to the corner. Tyler Hero steps back because Wright is there. They get it back to the top of the key. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. They have not drove or touched the paint one time. Now they get it back to Tyrese. He tries to drive, but Delon Wright is in perfect help position. This was not the right time to drive, even though he did not have a choice here. He's forced to throw it to Jaime Jaquez. All right, so if I'm remembering correctly, the last 2 clips did not have Embiid in them. So head coach Nick Nurse saw that the team was struggling with the zone, so he put Embiid back into the game, right? So all Embiid is going to try to do it in this first half is try to get the ball in the middle of the paint. This is one of the best ways to beat the zone, is to get it in the paint, because now these guys turn their heads and everybody is focused on the person right here in this center of the zone. It collapses them, then gets them into rotation, and all hell. Joel Embiid drew 2 quick fouls on Bam, so Kevin Love is in here and he did an amazing job communicating this zone, letting everybody know, being that backline communicator and not staying in this paint for 3 seconds. He was 2.9 in this entire time, right? So here, Embiid's technically open now, but the ball's in the air. They always had somebody touch Embiid when he was in the middle. Embiid got upset a couple times, as you see there, when he didn't receive the ball, but there was just too many bodies. Every time he touched it, there was somebody touching him. There was somebody trying to make sure he didn't touch it, and when he touched it, they doubled the fuck out of him. And here, again, Delon Wright is a theft on the defensive side, gets a steal. All right, so here again, we got Haywood Highsmith pressuring the ball, and then it starts in this 1-2-2 look, right? The 76ers are just passing the ball around the perimeter. Nobody's driving. So as you see, Joel Embiid is trying to get into the middle, but the ball's on this side, so that allows Jaime Jaquez to not really have to worry about Batum. So now there are 2 guys putting hands on Joel Embiid in the middle, right? So now it switches to a 2-3. The zone shape shifts to what the offense does, right? So now finally Joel Embiid has a one-on-one on the block. Batum's pointing to pass on the ball. They try to get it to him, but Kevin Love, they pass it back, but Kevin Love does an amazing job of fighting and getting in front of Embiid, which forces a 3 by Buddy Hield. All right, so here again, Highsmith and Wright shelling the point guard who was Kyle Lowry at this time. They have to get the ball into Hield. He gets it up, passes it back to Lowry. Well, they try to get to Lowry now. They start their offense with 18 seconds. They're basically at half court. Again, one of the best ways is to get your best player or one of your best players in the middle of that zone so the defense can collapse and they focus on him. They can score and make plays for themselves or others. Watch how they deny Embiid the ball every single time he gets in the middle of the court. So the 76ers, again, they're not driving. They're just passing the ball around. And look, all right, so the first guy on him is Kevin Love. He's touching him, right? As Batum comes through, now you got Jimmy. He's touching him. Now it turns into a 2-1-2 because Embiid is sitting at the free throw line. So now they move. Jaime Jaquez drops to him. He's touching him. Again, Jimmy is touching him, trying to get position. Kevin Love is also touching him. Now he's double teamed. This is not an open pass, and he get another steal. Again, the only way the 76ers got the ball into this area was by pass. They did not drive this entire time. Nobody's driving. Again, if you look at Embiid, there's Jimmy around him. There's K-Love talking and pointing. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. He's on him, not allowing him to get easy position. And K-Love is here on the backside, right? There's two guys on him. Then as Batum makes a good cut, he flashes to the free throw line. But again, there's still two people around Joel Embiid, and they force another turnover. All right, so here again, they don't allow the point guard to bring it up. Embiid is bringing it up. Now, the 76ers had some success with this in the second half, but this time they trap Embiid to get it out of his hands. So now Hill has it. He tries to pass to Kyle Lowry at half court, but Highsmith in this zone is trying to deny ball at half court. Like, the pressure in this is immense. And again, they never got into the paint by drive. They never got into this area by driving the ball. It's only by pass. And look, they're just passing the ball around the perimeter. Hill shoots a contested three. He misses. And even off an offensive rebound, they can't get a good look. Tobias Harris, that's not a horrible shot, but then he airballs it. But it's just the pressure that the Heat put on this team in the first half, which is crazy. And even after a missed shot in semi-transition, Kevin Love does not wait till Tyrese gets down here to try to stop him. He stops the ball at the hash mark. Now, Tyrese can easily blow past Kevin Love, but he stops for about 2 seconds at the hash mark. This gets the Heat some time to set up. As he drives, DeLon Wright shifts over. Again, another deflection by DeLon Wright in the steal. That's something he's been doing for a lot of years. We fast forward. Jimmy goes at Lowry. Jaquez gets the putback, right? So now, off a made basket, they pass it into Tobias Harris, and DeLon Wright is right in his face off the catch. He has to pass it off. Then we got Haywood Highsmith pressing Kyle Lowry, forces him to pass it. They pass it to Tobias Harris, and Wright is still in his chest at half court, right? So now they're going to just pass the ball around, and nobody's going to drive. Nobody's going to touch the paint by drive. Also, you see everybody touching Embiid. Everybody is going to get a piece of Embiid. You got K-Love on him. They switch it. Now Jimmy's on him, right? And this is good positioning. This is great positioning by the 76ers, but K-Love closing out with high hands delays this pass just a little bit, enough for DeLon Wright to come and help. Now, this is a shot Embiid can hit, but this is perfect defense against Joel Embiid and the 76ers in the zone. All right, so here we go again off a missed basket, a wild catch by Tyrese Maxey. Again, they're just going to pass the ball around the perimeter, and for the first time in about 6 clips, somebody actually attempts to drive the ball, which is Kelly Oubre here, but he stopped because Bam is in perfect help position. He stops with the mid-range. He misses that. Come back on offense. At a drag screen by Bam Adebayo. Lob it up to Bam. Now, again, the pressure, right? Kyle Lowry is the point guard here, right? Wright and Highsmith are not letting him get past, and he's also taking away this pass at Tyrese because he's lurking. He's keeping Kyle from coming left and passing left because he's lurking. And then you have Wright all the way in his chest, forces a lob pass. Jimmy Butler picks it off, passes it to Highsmith. All right, so now we're in the second half, and that one simple thing that they did not do in the first half that they started doing in the second half is just simply dribble penetration. In the first half, it was all the 76ers trying to figure out how to pass in the zone, and nobody, I think in all of those clips I showed, they only touched the paint once via drive, and Tyrese Maxey turned it over. This time, Embiid, they clear a side out for Embiid. He goes to work, touches the paint via dribble, sees the help, does his move, and finishes over Bam. All right, so as you see by the scoreboard, they're only down 6, which means they've gone on a little bit of a run to close the gap. momentum is a hell of a thing, because in the first half, even if the Heat hits the shot, they were trying to pressure and trap the person even in the backcourt, right? Now they're retreating, Embiid passed the ball up, they're attacking. They're not sitting there trying to pass around the perimeter, they're attacking. Since they attacked in transition, you got a cross match with Embiid with Tyler Hero. Now they converge again because Tyler Hero is on Embiid. All 5 Miami Heat players are looking at Joel Embiid. They're leaving Kelly Oubre in the corner. Buddy Hield, one of the greatest shooters of our generation, is open. Tyrese Maxey can get this pass and step into this 3 here, right? He chooses to pass to Buddy Hield and he hits the 3. Again, the simplest thing that you could think of, dribble penetration. They just were not doing it in the first half. Tyrese Maxey drives, puts pressure on the gaps in his zone defense. He drives, draws 3 defenders. Now Batum is wide open, and now this changed the entire game. They started driving and kicking, and Batum had 20 points, right? Because he got good looks at 3s because they started driving. Kelly Oubre, Tyrese Maxey, even Hield had a lot of good drives in the second half that led to points for himself and others. And it's just the play style was so much different no matter who had the ball in their hands. So here off the inbound, Batum just straight line driving, right? He slips, it's okay, because as you can see, it's just they're playing differently. They're driving, they're attacking the Heat instead of allowing the Heat to get into their chest, right? And then here again, Tyrese sees a gap. He thinks he's going this way. He crosses, gets into the paint via dribble penetration. He could have dumped this off anyway to Kelly Oubre, to Paul Reed, but he gets the layup here. Again, it's just very simple basketball. Drive. They touch the paint via dribble drive. And now Tyrese, he did this in the first half, but Delon Wright was right in the gap that he was pursuing on the drive, right? So now, since Wright is slid over, he does the sweep through move, because if Wright is there and he tries to reach, he hits his hand, that'll be a foul. He sweep through move, gets into the paint, draws Kevin Love. Now Cam Payne is open for 3 in the corner. Again, attacking the Miami Heat, not letting them attack you. They pass around for a little bit. As Wright comes over, he passes it back to Hield, and Hield again was monumental in the second half. His drives, because he's a shooter, they're gonna close out to him high, right? He pump fakes, gets a lot of Paul Reed. All right, so I just showed you guys about 6 clips of the 76ers doing the right thing, right? So now the score is 86-85. 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. These are 3 straight possessions of what the 76ers decided to do after they had so much success driving the ball. Enjoy. So for the last clip, as you've seen in those previous 3 clips, they were up 1. They started shooting dumb 3s again and not attacking. Now they're down 3. Tyrese Maxey, thank God for the 76ers, finally was like, all right, look, we're not going to keep shooting these 3s. I'm going to just put my head down, go to the rim. Now he misses, but driving, it causes driving kicks, right? The defense collapse, and it also creates offensive rebound opportunities. Batum with a heroic putback. But that is the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can. Just swing it out there a little bit more. Now we'll see you guys in the next video. But this is Nick. Peace.